So today we'll be working on the luxury die in 4 inches from mariatreto.com. It is die number 107. I love this one because everything is in full pieces, full cuts. So it makes everything super simple. So let's flip it over and let's start putting our stuff onto our die. I already have everything already pre-cut in squares. You won't see me cut any material today. But let's lay everything onto our die. This one does have 2 tails. This one does require the Sizzix Big Shot Plus because it is all full cuts. So you do need a Sizzix Big Shot Plus to use this die. So let's lay our first tail, and here is our second tail. So now that we have everything on here, let me put my Sizzix plate under, my die on top. My material is already laid on, and I have my self-healing mat that I'm going to lay on top of that. Here is my Sizzix Big Shot Plus, and we're going to roll it through. Rolling it through. And that cuts everything out for us. Let you guys back up this way. You guys can see what I'm doing. Okay. So here's all our pieces. We have our wraparound piece, our tail 1, our tail 2. We have our little loop and our top piece. Okay, let's move this over and put everything over here. Okay, so there's our pieces. Let's start assembling. Ooh, the sun's coming out. Okay, so let's do our first piece first. So we have our 2 tails, our loop, our wraparound piece. Let's do this one first. So what we do first is we're going to flip it over. I'm going to add a strip of glue right here. So get our glue gun, add a little strip of glue. So basically it's like doing the Yanet. If you guys seen the Yanet die, this is similar. You're going to bring these 2 towards the middle, the center. And whatever you do to this side, you do to the other side. So we're going to flip it over, add a strip of glue here. And we'll do the same thing. Bring these 2 towards the middle right here. And this one has a little tab, so we're actually going to end up overlapping. So we're going to add a hot glue here, bring it towards the center, covering up those 2 spots right there. So, and then pressing straight down towards the middle. And since this one's going to go over it, so we're going to add a little bit BSI glue here, which is Bob Smith Industry. I get this off of Amazon. So add a little dab right there. I'm going to add hot glue to this one. And I use 2 glues to secure, especially here in Texas. It's hot and humid. Regular hot glue is not good for just smooth faux leather. You have to use a super glue. You could use BSI, you could use Stick Fast, you could use Loctite, just another type of super glue. So that goes to the first piece. Now to this piece. We're going to add hot glue here, and just the center part. We're going to lay our wraparound piece on top of it. Like that. So we're looking like this. So now we're going to flip it over, and we're going to bring these towards the center. So we're going to add hot glue here. And this is a luxury. Maria has this in 3-inch, 4-inch, and 5-inch. So if I made a tutorial for 3-inch and I made a tutorial for 5-inch. I just got the 4-inch in, so this is why I'm making the 4-inch tutorial. And I think all my other ones were voiceovers, so I'm glad I'm making this one over as in real time so you guys can see how it's made real time. My goal is to start making all the other ones I did before in real time, because sometimes the voiceovers I kind of went by really fast and you probably couldn't grasp the concept. So my goal is to get all those made in real time. So you have the option of watching it in voiceover or real time. Because some people are impatient, you just want to see it made, and then some people want to see it like step by step. So this one, how this is looking. And we have this one here. Look how cute. And now this one comes with 2 tails, so let's figure out our tails. So since this one is red, I think I'm going to put blue on top because I don't want it to kind of blend in together. So I'm going to offset my tail with blue on top and then red on the bottom. So I put glue diagonally. So I start from one corner and then go to the other one. And then we're going to end up gluing these sides because it doesn't have glue yet. So I'm going to offset it just a little, and then I press down. And since we have glue here and glue here, we need to add some glue over here. So let's lift up this little side right here, add some glue, press that down, and then this side. add some glue here because we don't want them flapping on us. And then press down. And let me get my lighter real quick too. See that little fuzzy? I don't like fuzzies. So always make sure if you have little fuzzies or glue strings, just light up, use your lighter and go all the way around it. And then make sure to use the blue part of the flame, not the orange part. Okay, now let's stack these. So since this one has faux leather in the back, we're gonna add some BSI to the faux leather part. And we're gonna add the hot glue to the glitter part. And make sure you base yourself off the red tail. So even though the blue is crooked, we're going on top of the red. Okay, so when I'm gluing this down, you see this little red line here? I'll blur you guys. See that little red line right there? That's what we're gonna aim to make sure that we're going straight. So we're going off the red tail, not the blue tail. So there goes that. And then so we're gonna stack this one on top. We're gonna add more BSI here. And a little dab of BSI. We're gonna add hot glue to this one. And stack this one right on top. And press down. This is how we're looking at so far. We got our two tails, we have our loop, we have our wraparound, and we have this one. And I'm gonna add a little shaker on top of it. So I'm gonna use a cute little, a bluey shaker to put in the middle. So I'm gonna elevate it a little bit. So I have two pieces I cut out already. I'm gonna use the blue to elevate and the red to be my centerpiece. So to elevate it, because I don't want to smash bluey in there because there's like a gap. You can see the gap right there. So I'm going to elevate a little bit. So I got this one and we're going to add glue and basically fold over. I'm going to do that over and over until we get to the height that we need. It's early, y'all, and the sun's coming out. So it got brighter in here. I'm glad it's sunny though, because it's been raining a lot here in Texas. Okay, we're folding. I think I'm going to do 2 more folds and then we'll measure. Or maybe 1 more fold. Let's see. I think that's good enough. Okay, we're gonna cut off our excess that we don't need. Boop. We don't need that no more. And since this is smooth faux leather, we're gonna add some BSI here. I'm gonna add hot glue to this one. And since Bluey is, he's kind of skinny, I'm gonna glue it like this. If he was wider, I would glue it like this, but since he's kind of skinny, we're gonna do it like this. We're doing vertical. And I like adding glue to the part where we cut off. This one will be facing the bottom part. So adding hot glue here. And sticking this in the middle. And let's hold down for a second. And then you're gonna cut your wraparound piece. So my wraparound piece, I like cutting it a little bit wider than the blue piece. So once I lay my wraparound piece on top, you can't see the blue piece on the bottom. So always make sure that you center the wraparound piece, the center strip is a little bit thicker than your elevation piece. So let's flip this over. We're gonna add hot glue here. Stick our little center strip on it. Make sure that's nice and secure because we're about to tug on it. So always give it a second to make sure it's nice and stuck on there. So then we're gonna add hot glue here, even a little gap here. Hot glue with a little gap. We're gonna go over and back to the little gap right here. And then we're gonna wrap all the way around. And then make sure you press down to that little gap right here where we put hot glue. It's like a little divot. So make sure it's nice and stuck in there. So always make sure, put it here, rub it on top and then on the edges. Once we make sure it's nice and stuck on there, we're gonna go back to the back and cut off our excess that we don't need. And cut off a little bit more because like that. Okay, so this is how we're looking. So now let's glue down our little shaker. So for the shakers, I just use BSI and hot glue to attach my shakers. So I'm gonna add BSI to my shaker. I'm gonna add hot glue to my glitter part here. Stick fast also works too. It's whatever you want to use or whatever you have on hand, or E6000 also works as well. I'm going to stick our shaker on top and hold down for a couple of seconds. Look how cute. Okay, so now let's add our alligator clip. I already have mine already lined with 1/4 inch grosgrain ribbon. I get my clips from Maria Treto as well. They're nice, strong, reinforced alligator clips. They're really good quality. So we're gonna add hot glue back here. And then stick it onto the back of our bow. Make sure it's nice and stuck on there. Okay. Then I wanna go this way and get my little, exactly my frame. We're gonna add hot glue to our, I'm running low on hot glue, to our little center strip. And bring it in towards the middle. Press down. Okay, let me add, I need more glue. Get another glue stick. Okay, let's open this back up. We're gonna open this back up. Add hot glue here. Bring our 1/4 inch golden ribbon towards the middle of our alligator clip. I like using an X-Acto knife at the top pit to make sure that the glue is actually stuck onto the ribbon. You could use like a highlighter or a pen. And there is our bluey bow. Let me get a bow card and show you guys the final look. Look how cute. So we have 2 tails, the wraparound, the loop, the wraparound, and the top layer, and I put a shaker. This one is die number 107 in 4 inches. It is the luxury die from mariatreto.com. If you have any questions concerning this die, just leave them down in the comments and definitely follow for more tutorials.